There's a government-backed savings account that paid 9.62% interest in 2022, completely legally, and your bank will never ever tell you it exists. It's not a stock, it's not crypto, it's not some offshore scheme. The US Treasury built it, and the reason your financial advisor has never mentioned it. They are literally not allowed to sell it to you. That's not a metaphor, that's the rule. By the end of this, you'll know exactly what it is, how to open one before midnight tonight, and the education loophole that could make every dollar of interest completely tax-free. Stay with me. Here's what most people do with extra cash. They walk into their bank, ask about a savings account, and get offered 0.5%, maybe 1% on a good day. They take it. They feel responsible. And they lose ground to inflation every single year without ever realizing it. The bank isn't lying to you. They're just not telling you everything. There's a government instrument sitting in plain sight that has been outperforming savings accounts for decades, especially in high inflation years. The average American has never heard of it because no one with a financial incentive to sell you something is actually permitted to sell you this one. That's the first clue something unusual is going on. It's called a Series I bond. I bond for short. It's a savings bond issued directly by the US Treasury. The I stands for inflation because the interest rate is permanently tied to the consumer price index. When inflation goes up, your rate goes up. When prices rise, your savings rise with them. You cannot lose your principal. The federal government guarantees it. And unlike most bonds, the rate resets every 6 months to match real-world price data. When inflation hit a 40-year high in 2022, I bond holders were sitting at 9.62% guaranteed, risk-free, government-backed. So how does it actually work? You go to TreasuryDirect.gov. That's the Treasury's direct portal, no broker, no middleman, no commission. You open a free account and buy I bonds directly. Each person can purchase up to $10,000 per calendar year. A couple, that's $20,000. Add another $5,000 using your federal tax refund, and a household can park $25,000 a year in this thing. Here's the worked example. You invest $10,000 in January 2022. The rate locks at 7.12% for the first 6 months, then jumps to 9.62% for the next 6. By the end of year 1, you've earned roughly $860 in interest. Meanwhile, your neighbor's savings account at the big bank earned $45 and felt good about it. And this isn't even the best part. The interest on I bonds is exempt from all state and local taxes, completely. At the federal level, the interest is deferred. You don't owe a dime until you actually cash out. Hold for 30 years, you've deferred that entire tax bill for 3 decades. But here's where it gets interesting. The IRS has a specific provision where, if you use I bond proceeds to pay for qualified higher education expenses, that federal interest can be entirely tax-free. Not deferred, eliminated. The government built an inflation-proof, tax-advantaged savings vehicle and then made it structurally impossible for the financial industry to profit off pointing you toward it. That's the whole story. No commission, no fee, no product to push. No reason for anyone in a suit to bring this up at your annual review. The only entity that benefits when you buy an I bond is you. Now here's the catch, and you should know it. You must hold an I bond for at least 12 months. It's completely illiquid for that first year. Cash out before 5 years and you forfeit the last 3 months of interest. Not a catastrophe, but real. And the $10,000 annual cap means this isn't a strategy for parking $500,000 overnight. It's a patient move for a specific portion of your savings, the portion you want guaranteed, inflation-proof, and quietly compounding. But think about what it means that you didn't know this existed last year, or the year before. Your cash sat in a savings account earning nothing while a risk-free government alternative was waiting in a federal database with your name on it. The Treasury didn't hide this. It's public, it's free, it's legal. The question isn't whether I bonds make sense for you. They clearly do. The real question is, if the government built this for ordinary Americans, what else did they build that your bank quietly decided wasn't worth mentioning to you? That's the next file.